Inside was curated to switch the narrative, to show that it's never too late to shift your mindset, heal your heart, and live the life that you truly desire. Sis, you are magic. You just haven't discovered it yet. But in order to get to the goal, you have to do a little bit of digging, getting through all the hard stuff to allow your true self to shine. Because yes, you are beautiful. But how is your soul really feeling? Are you fine on the inside? Hey guys, welcome to Fine on the Inside. This is your girl Jazz. I am here with Qituwrah, life coach, creator of the Q Cleanse, entrepreneur. Qituwrah, thank you for coming on the platform today. I'm so happy to have you.
Yes, thank you for having me.
No problem. She has invited me into her beautiful home. It's so cute in here, y'all. But yeah, so Fine on the Inside is all about self-development, mental health, just creating like a new narrative to try to, let people live the life that they desire. And I feel like that's what you bring to your platform. That's what, you're putting out, helping people live the type of life that they want. So that's why I wanted to have you on here. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Well, thank you for coming. So we could just hop right into it. So, one of the questions that I ask people is like, where are you at on your journey? Because I feel like we are all in like different spots, you know what I mean? Like life is about a bunch of ups and downs, you be an entrepreneur and everything. So where do you feel like you are right now in your journey?
So right now, I am content.
Mm-hmm.
I am at peace.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I am just listening to spirit,
Mm-hmm.
listening to my guidance,
Right.
what I have to do, and I'm doing it.
Right.
So it's uncomfortable right
Mhm.
now. It's uncomfortable, it's new.
Right, yeah.
It's fun. It's a journey.
Yeah.
It's a journey. It's still the ups and downs,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm at peace.
Good.
I'm at
Okay.
peace with it.
Okay. Yeah, hey, I feel like peace, that's like a big thing, when you're trying to live the life that you want, when you're trying to do new things, having your peace as like the groundwork,
Mhm.
I feel like that's so essential because it's like, if you not like grounded, if you don't have something to like go back to when all this stuff is going on, because it can get like overwhelming and all that. So I feel like peace is like something important that we gotta have. So yeah, that's
It's everything.
Yeah, it is.
It's everything.
It is for sure. So how do you like maintain your peace? Like, how do you maintain life and stay in a good space, like mentally?
So what I do, I'm gonna say my religion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna say my religion. This is not me just walking into like a church or like the hall or anything like that, but it's literally what I do every single day,
Mm-hmm.
day in and day out.
Okay.
I make sure that I am making time for myself.
That's important. Yeah.
That's important, and honestly, that's everything. If I don't have my time to myself, I'm like, I'm not balanced. Right? I'm not centered, I'm not there. So that's important.
Mm-hmm.
I make time for myself every single day, whatever that entails.
Right.
Whatever I need to do, I make sure that I do it.
Right.
I do it. So that could be like meditation.
Mm-hmm.
That could be going to the gym, exercising.
Right. Yeah.
That can literally be laying in the bed, not doing anything.
Right, exactly. Sometimes we need those days, like
we need those days, and I take those days.
Good, yeah.
I take those days and reading a book, just quiet, stillness.
Right.
That's super, super important for me.
Yeah.
So those are some of the things, that I do to just.
Yeah. No, I'm on the same boat. Like, I need my me time. Like,
Yes.
Being a mom, doing business stuff, all that. It's like, especially when we're trying to, level up, get to our next level. As we're going through our journey, it's like, it's so important to like self-reflect.
Yes.
Get your thoughts together. There's always so much going on. It's like, all right, wait, I need my me time.
Yes.
I need to refocus, recenter, and then I'm good, to go out in the world. And then, once you're good, then you can help everybody else.
Exactly.
But until then, it's like, hold up. Like,
Exactly. I can't even think straight.
Right.
I cannot think straight. I can't operate if I'm not taking that time for myself.
Yeah, no, yeah, me too, facts. So, like, you're an entrepreneur,
Yes.
and, being an entrepreneur is not easy.
No.
Like, we go through, especially, I feel like we're both, like, trying to, like, we're coming up in, like, the social media entrepreneur days. So,
Yes.
It's like a lot of ins and outs and stuff. I feel like people just think when you go on social media, it's like, damn, like, everything is good, but it's not really like that. It's a lot of ups and downs. It's like one day you might get like a bunch of likes, you might get a bunch of clients.
Yeah.
Then the next day you like 0, and you're like, what the fuck? Like I thought I was doing good. Like, okay, well now what? Sometimes we don't get sales. Sometimes we do. It's like it's a lot of ups and downs. So, what are some different emotions that like you feel like when you started off with your businesses, with the Q Cleanse, life coaching? What are some things like you still deal with like as you're navigating like entrepreneurship and everything?
I deal with all of that, like all of that. Like I question why I even do it.
Right.
Like I question why am I even doing this?
Right.
It's hard. It's a lot of work. It's hard. And I question like, yo, I could be doing anything else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to like making money. I'm like, I could go get a job and make a good 6 figures.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a career outside of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So I question like, why am I doing it? And I'm like, and I deal with the social media doubt too, because there's so much going on. Yeah, we're going up against like algorithms. You know what I mean? And it's like we have this business, we have this offering that we want to offer the world, right? And then we know that social media is probably the best way to do it. But then when you doing all this work, you putting all this work into a post, and that shit get 2 likes. Right. You like, what? It gets 2 likes. You're like, what's going on? Right, you know what I mean? And then it's like you start doubting yourself. Yeah, the questions and all that. It's just like, you start doubting like, is this enough for me to be seen? You know what I mean? Right. Is this enough? Am I offering enough that people even give a fuck? Right. Exactly, you know what I'm saying? So I always got to get back to what I'm doing. Right. Is great. What I'm doing is good, but we do have to deal with like algorithms. We have to deal with getting traffic. We have to deal with getting sales. Yeah, and it's like you want to be like authentic. You want to do what you feel led to do, right? But then you're going against so much like fake shit. You know what I mean? Exactly. It's like you gotta try to navigate, figure out what works, what doesn't work. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. So what are like some ways that you combat that? Like how do you get out of that like self-doubt? How do you like quiet your mind? Whatever you do, like how do you keep going pretty much? Well, I always go back to like what I have to offer is amazing. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like what I have to offer is literally changing lives. Like I have to stop looking to my left, stop looking to my right, stop comparing, which I don't really do often, right? But it happens. Yeah, it's normal. It happens. Yeah, exactly. And then when you're on like social media or whatever, you're seeing these things. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, yo, like I have something to say. I have something to offer. I want you to see this. Right. But the algorithm ain't gonna let you. Right. Well, I'm gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo. But I always just go back to just focus on what I'm doing, right? And understanding like what I have to offer is amazing. Yeah. You know? Yeah, and I feel like, like even though sometimes I feel like the niche like we're into, I feel like, self-development, self-care, doing better for yourself, all that is like real oversaturated. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people promoting that stuff, but I also feel like we're one of one. You know what I mean? I feel like me personally, I feel like this is my purpose. You know what I mean? I feel like I went through certain shit to help other people. So I feel like, even though all of us are trying to
kind of around like similar things, we all bring something different to the table. So I feel like that still gives us the intro, or it gives us a reason to do what we doing. You know what I mean? It gives us a reason to keep pushing. That's something that keeps me going, because I be like, listen,
yeah,
I know like what I'm saying, somebody gonna hear it. You know what I mean? It's like I just gotta keep going, even the days when I'm doubtful. You know what I mean? I'm like, Jazz, nobody wanna hear that shit. But then I'm like, no, somebody actually do wanna hear it. You know what I mean? And maybe it might not reach who I think it's gonna reach, especially for instance, like when you're sharing on social media. We're like from a small town. That's not really, well, me personally, I don't feel like that's not my audience. That's not really who I'm trying to reach out to. So I don't get like upset or like anything when I don't see like people I know sharing my stuff or anything like that, because it's like, it's not meant for y'all, you know what I mean? Who it's meant for is going to reach. So I feel like that really helps me not get discouraged, because I feel like people will, like, you will get discouraged if you think like, oh, I'm sharing this, nobody that I know is really fucking with it. But it's like, most of the time, the people not gonna fuck with your stuff, you know what I mean? So we just gotta keep going.
We just gotta keep going. And I dealt with that too. It's just like friends and family, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just not showing us support. But I'm like, yo, it ain't for them.
Right.
It's not for them, and I'm thinking too small if I'm even.
Exactly. Like, it's like a worldwide thing, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
we about to take it all the way up there. So it's like the little town, family and friends, and a lot of times people can't see the vision, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like sometimes I talk to people about like my podcast and what I got going on, and they just kind of like, okay, like they don't really get it.
Yeah.
But it's like, who it's meant for, they gonna receive it.
Exactly.
And I feel like God's gonna put the opportunities in our lap. We just gotta stay consistent, especially like with all this. Like, I be seeing like a lot of content creators, like B Simone, like a lot of people, they all started somewhere. They've been doing this shit for years, you know what I mean? So it's like, we just gotta stay consistent. And when we do deal with that self-doubt, just remembering like, we have a purpose, like we're one of one, and we just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
So yeah. How do you practice self-development, and which ways do you try to like push yourself to get to the next level?
Self-development. So I read. I read a lot. I dive into who I am, what I'm capable of, what I'm made of. I study those things.
Right.
I study those things, and not only that, I just take action on who I am,
right,
and what I want to offer, and what I want to do in the world,
right.
So I read, I write, and I learn from other people.
Yeah.
I study other people, and I just push myself.
Right.
Push myself to just be who I'm meant to be.
Right. Yeah.
What I'm here to do.
Right. Yeah. I feel like that's a good John. I feel like it's important, to just take action. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like a lot of times, when we have like a bunch of different ideas, we think a lot, but it's like making that move to take the action to like, all right, I want to do better. I want to be better. It's like, all right, you can say it, but we got to actually do it. You know what I mean? Right. So I feel like that's what you're doing. I see like a lot of stuff that you do, like, you're not afraid to like put yourself out there. You're not afraid to like start something new. Not afraid to, just turn it up a notch. So I feel like that's important to do, especially doing the stuff that you're doing. So yeah. What are some things that you still struggle with, or struggle with, period?
What do I struggle with? So I struggle with focus. I feel like I have so many ideas. I feel like I'm always like, once this comes, I want to just do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm already doing something. Right. Over here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I struggle with focus and just carrying that out into the end. And then move into the next thing. Right. I will do 50,000 things.
Right. I be there too. I've been learning to like give myself like a pause, because like I'll come up with an idea and I'm like, I need to do that, and I'll like start working on it right now, but I'm like, no, finish what you started first, and then give yourself a couple of days, because I'm like, maybe in a few days or a couple weeks, I might not even want to do that. But it's like, let me give myself a few days to think if I really want to add something on to what I'm already doing. I feel like that's a big thing. Like when we're, you know, entrepreneurs and all that, we can't give our best to everything that we want to do. You know what I mean? It's like, not saying just do one thing, but sometimes we just got to focus on one thing at a time, because it's like, then you can make that thing great. Right. Rather than just putting a little bit here and there. It's like everything can't get your full attention. You know what I mean? If you're putting like 75% into this only getting 25%, so you know it's not really getting the quality that you want it to have. Right. So yeah, and then like you're overwhelmed and stuff like that. So that's something that I do. I try to, you know, take it one thing at a time. I had to learn that because I'm very like impulsive. Right. Like if I think of something, I'm like, all right, I need to do that. I'm starting to research stuff, do all that, and then your mind just gets like all over the place. And so. And then you're not carrying it out to the end. Exactly. You know what I mean? Not saying that there even is an end, but it's like you have a vision for it. Right. And you want to bring that vision to life fully. Yeah. And a lot of times I don't see that because I'm on to the next thing. Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So focus is one of the things that I struggle with. Yeah. Like the most, probably now at this point. Yeah. Yeah. But I do feel like, you know, that is something that could be like an easy fix. You know what I mean? Like just taking your time and just holding it down to like one thing at a time. But yeah. Okay. So what are some things that bring you peace? What are some things that bring me peace? Just centering myself. God. Yeah. You know, centering myself, breathing, meditating. My family. Yeah. My family for sure. And just God. Like, just sitting with God, talking to God, knowing that I'm like covered. Facts, yeah. You know what I mean? That's like, so important. I feel like my journey, God is showing me like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. And I feel like if I'm not like centered with God, everything is off. You know what I mean? And it's like, sometimes we can get like so overwhelmed, or we can get like so busy that like, you know, we can it's easy to get away from God. It is. But we just gotta like remind ourselves like He got the plan for us. And that is like, that keeps me going too. You know what I mean? Like just knowing like, all right, like God got this plan for me. Like this is my purpose. So I feel like God definitely gonna bring you peace. Your family, all that. Yes. Okay, so how do you feel like you have evolved over the years? Oh my gosh, that's like a loaded question. Yeah, I mean, because I'm always evolving. Like I'm always evolving. Like I'm always growing. Right. I'm always getting better too. Like facts, yeah. Woo! I'm always getting better. Like now, I just feel like I feel very much like whole. You know what I mean? Like I feel very much like a whole ass, grown ass woman. Right, yes. You know what I mean? Like I'm just there. Yeah. And it feels good. It feels light. I feel healthy. Right. Like healthier than ever. You know? I'm just at peace. So yeah, that's like some of the ways that I've really just evolved. Okay. I'm much more, I'm very much more closer to God. So a lot of things that I used to value and a lot of things I used to like care about. Yeah. I don't. You realize like it's not even that deep. It's not that deep. Right. It doesn't matter. Right. You know what I'm saying? And like life is better without it. Yeah. Like so many things that I used to just like hold on to. Like even like money. Yeah. Money, like positions, like job positions and people, friends, relationships. Right. Some things just gotta go. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I understand that some things just ain't here forever.
Right.
They're not here to be here forever, and some things just ain't for me.
Facts.
They're not for me.
That's important. Yeah, that's one thing I always say. Like, what's for you is not gonna miss you. You know what I mean? Like, if it's not in your life, it wasn't meant for you. You know what I mean?
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, and that's so important. Like, once we take like the hold off of certain things, you know what I mean? Like, we have so many expectations, like we gotta have this, we gotta have that. Like, the real peace is like being whole, like within yourself, without all that. You know what I mean? Without all like the background noise, without all the materialistic stuff. Like, when you figure that out, that's when you really start living. It's like, all right, I thought I needed all these possessions, I needed this, this, and that, but it's like, damn, like, I really didn't. And I feel like sometimes it takes us to get like that shit taken away from us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we might have the cars, the houses, whatever. Sometimes we gotta have stuff taken away, and then we realize, like, okay, I thought I needed that, but I really didn't. You know what I mean? Like, life is still good.
Yeah.
And I lost this, but you might lose that, gain something better. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like that's real important. Okay. So what made you become a life coach?
So for one, I became a life coach because this is what God told me that I need to be doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he literally sat me down and said, look, this is what you need to be doing.
Right.
People need to hear what you have to say.
Right, yeah.
And I'm going to speak through you. And I want you to guide them on what I want you to do.
Right, yeah.
So that's why I became a life coach, for one. For two, just like what we was just talking about, I feel like a lot of us are so disconnected from ourselves.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're so disconnected from who we truly are.
Right.
And what we're truly made of.
Right, yeah.
What we're capable of. Our creative nature.
Yeah.
You know, so many of us are looking outside of us to fulfill us.
Right.
We're looking outside of us for our happiness, our peace, our joy.
Yeah.
And we're losing who we are.
Yeah.
Like, we're literally losing who we are. So my goal with the life coaching and the sessions that I give is to bring us back.
Okay, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Bring us back to who we are.
Yeah.
Bring us back to what we're here to do and who we're here to be.
Yeah.
And bring us back to our power. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like we're just losing it.
Right. I feel like, especially like with social media, everybody feel like they gotta keep up with everybody. Everybody's so like fast to believe everything, and it's just like we are losing it. Like, literally, like you said, like, it's about who we are in real life. You know what I mean? So you being able to bring people back, like, to help them figure it out, like, in real life, that's so important. Like, for sure.
It's about what's going on inside.
Facts.
Like, what is going on in there? There's a lot going on in there.
Facts. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And if we like dive into that, like, we have everything.
Yep.
You know, we have everything, and everything that we're searching for and looking for.
And right here. Yeah.
And all of this outside is all inside.
Facts. That's why I be saying, like, we could look good, we can, you know, have this and that on the outside, but like, are you fine on the inside?
Are you
like,
fine
period.
on the inside?
Like, that's really what it's about. Like,
yes.
Are you fine on the inside? Like, how is your soul feeling? Because it's like, when you are at home by yourself, once all those clothes come off, like, once you by yourself, you don't have people distracting you, or, you know, you don't have the outside noise. It's like, damn, a lot of people are not good with themselves. They're not whole. They are depressed.
Right.
They deal with so much shit. They're really, like, not good on the inside. And it's like, that's where people, like you said, you're trying to bring people back. That's what we need. You know what I mean? People coming back to themselves, figuring themselves out, learning themselves. So yeah. And
being okay with that.
Exactly.
Being okay with that, because you can go change what you look like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we see a lot of that, obviously.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can go and change what you look like, but at the end of the day, are you really changing anything?
Right, exactly.
It looked good.
Right.
It looks good for the moment. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you change yourself for the trendy look.
Right.
It's going to look good for the moment, but are you really, did you really change it?
Right, and then it's like, that's not going to last. You know what I mean? It's like, you're going to always have to keep doing something. You always going to have to keep changing stuff. You know what I mean? When you are content within yourself, it's like, all right, now you're not chasing to always change or to fit the mold of everybody else. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's facts for sure. Like, we got to get in within ourselves and really, like, make sure, like, we are okay. Because, and then a lot of times I feel like all of this is based on, like, our value. Like, a lot of people lack self-love, self-worth. So it's like looking for value in everybody else, how everybody else feels about you. You know what I mean? It's like, these people don't even care about themselves. You know what I mean? They don't even know what the fuck they got going on. It's like, you're trying to impress people who are not even happy with themselves. And that's what we all got it fucked up at. Because, you know, it's like, people are really dealing with their own thing. You know, you're worried about what they're going to say, this, and that. But it's like, it all comes back to, you know, us just getting back to ourselves. So,
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And once you're okay with that, like truly, truly okay with that, you'll see like how special and magnificent you are.
Yeah.
Like your own voice, your own look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your own everything.
Right. Like, you're one of one.
You're one of one, and that's okay. Like, you're supposed to be different.
Yeah. And once you realize that, it's really like a game changer, because it's like, you feel more confident. You're not trying to, you know, impress everybody. You're not trying to figure out what the next person's doing. You're just worried about what you're doing. And you know what I mean? It's like, just knowing, like, I'm okay with being this way. I'm okay with being how God made me. So,
And that creates everything. That creates your own world. You know what I'm saying? You're literally a creator.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You are a creator of every single thing that you think you gotta go outside to get.
Right.
You don't.
It's right here, yeah.
Create your own world, and that's what I, you know, guide people in doing with the life coaching.
Okay, I love that. I really love that for sure. People need that.
Yes.
So you have the Q cleanse.
Yes.
I had the pleasure of trying it. It was really fire. Yeah. That was, at first it was a little hard for me.
Yeah.
But it was really good. Like, it made me feel like more clear. I felt like really healthy. I had energy. Like, at first I was like, I'm not sure if I want to be able to stick this out, but I did make it to like week 3. The 4th week, it was like the juicing week. I was like, all right, maybe I would juice a little bit. I was like, all right, I think I'm done.
I'm doing that.
But no, I really feel like it's a great thing you have. Just showing people like good ways to eat, take care of yourself, and all that. So, what made you start the Q cleanse?
So the Q cleanse is a 28-day detox plan, right? And I started it because I feel like, well, this is something that I do myself. Like, this is something that I would do to just get back to kind of like cleanse and just like, I ain't been eating right, so let me just get back on track. You know what I'm saying? So this is something I would do for myself.
Okay.
And of course, there's other things in the cleanse too, not just the eating.
Yeah.
But so I would do it myself, and then I'm like, all right, well, how can I share this with other people?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to make something that was easy. You could just follow. You could just do it, and it'll guide you to just detox and cleanse.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I just feel like we need something that is going to, again, bring us back to ourselves.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need something that's going to cleanse, that's going to detox. That's important when it comes to what we're eating, because what we're eating obviously affects the way that we live and the way that we show up in life.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, what we're eating and how we're eating is going to affect our thoughts, our thought patterns. It affects our mental, you know what I'm saying, our emotional. That's why it's not only just a diet plan, it's a whole health
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A whole health plan to kind of get you back on track.
Right. Yeah, I know you have like the journaling in there, like
exercising, the affirmations.
Okay, yeah.
We're affirming. So it's a whole.
That's all important.
Yeah. It really is.
And it's helping you like get back to yourself, you know what I mean? And you're being like more present, like paying attention to what you eat, paying attention to like your movement, affirming yourself. I feel like all those are like key components. And, you know, like you said, getting back to yourself, getting centered. A lot of times, like, our food choices, like you said, like, it affects, like, our thoughts and everything like that. And I feel like that's, like, so true. When I'm eating, like, more, like, plant-based and stuff, like, I have more energy. I'm more, like, happy. Like, I feel like these things, especially, like, exercise, I've noticed when I exercise, I feel so much better. Like, I'm proud of myself, you know what I mean? I feel like more disciplined and motivated because I'm like, you know, I did the hard stuff today, you know what I mean? It's like, I ran this morning or I went to the gym and it's like, it was difficult. I didn't want to do it at first, but I got it done. And, you know, it's like, damn, like I'm showing up for myself. I'm doing things. And that also like releases like those endorphins and those hormones and chemicals in our brain, you know, to help us just feel better. It exercises your willpower. And you can use that in any area of your life. Right. If you are able to do that with your body and exercise, it creates discipline. Right. In every area of your life. It all goes hand in hand. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're doing stuff physically, it's gonna, especially exercise. Right. Like, our bodies need to move. Yeah, that's facts. Our bodies need to move. The energy in our body needs to move. It needs to flow. And that, it just sets up success. Yeah, sets the tone. Every area of your life. Like all of it is changing at once. You know? Yeah. Affirmations. Like what you say and what you speak. Right. And how you say it and how often you say it, it will change your life. Facts, that is so true. It will change your life. It will. It's so powerful what we say to ourselves and how often we say it. And I feel like people don't even realize like we have a lot of self-talk that's not good. You know what I mean? And it comes naturally like how we grew up, the people we are around, what we watch. So it's like just affirming, you know, the positive things about yourself. It is going to like change your mindset. It's going to allow you to show up differently in the world. Yeah. But like people don't understand that. I feel like sometimes people kind of look at it like it's like cliche or you know, it's just like whatever, like they don't really fuck with it because it's just like, oh no, like I don't want to be in the mirror talking to myself. Like they kind of like look down upon it, but it's like, no, you're really like reprogramming your mind to love yourself and to believe that you can do these things, that you are this type of person that you want to be. So I feel like affirmations are super important. They're super important. Yeah. They're super important. And once you understand, and this is what I teach and coach to flourish, once you understand the power of your voice, right, and the power, it's not just speaking just to talk. We're not just talking just to talk. Right. But once you understand the power of your voice and where it's coming from, right, you honestly, you don't even have to speak the affirmations. You can just feel it. You know what I'm saying? But speaking is so powerful. And I know that sometimes we speak from a negative place. Right. But we have to understand when we speak from that negativity and we speak from affirming, like just speaking negatively is an affirmation in itself. Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like if you are speaking doubt and you're speaking the negativity, right, that's an affirmation in itself. You know what I'm saying? So you have a choice. Right. You got a choice. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to say this or you want to say that. Right. Each is equally powerful. Right. So have you ever read The 4 Agreements? I did. Okay. Yes. So I know in that book he talks about how like the words we say can like manifest into almost like spells, almost, you know, like me, like what we speak, like we're agreeing to it. So it's like if we're saying like we're not good enough, or you know, oh, bad stuff always happens to me, stuff like that, we are like sending that out, you know what I mean, to have that happen to us. Yeah. So like you said, either we're gonna speak life into ourselves or not. Either way, you affirming something, so it might as well be good. You know what I mean? Yeah. You might as well speak life into yourself. Speak like you know this is like who you are.
Who you are.
Know? Like that's,
and good is all there is.
Right.
Good is all there is. All the negativity is not real.
Right.
That's some made up stuff from our egos. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's made up, is not real.
Right.
That's not life. That's actually death.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And what you say creates your life.
Yep.
You can say the biggest, boldest affirmation that you want. What you say is real. Right. What you say is true.
Right.
So watch what you say.
Right.
And speak highly.
Facts, yeah.
Speak highly of yourself. Speak highly of what you want in your life.
Right.
If I say I am a multi-million-dollar coach,
right,
you can look at me like you just starting in this. Like, I'm a multi-million-dollar coach.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I say I am helping thousands of women with Coach to Flourish, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Exactly.
That's how I'm gonna walk. That's how I'm gonna talk. And that's the truth.
Right. And by you already setting that intention, you know what I mean, you're walking right into it. You know what I mean? All you can see is you taking the steps to walk into that journey. You know what I mean? You're not saying anything else. So it's like you're already there. You know what I mean? By you saying it, it's like I'm already here. This is what I'm doing. I'm taking the steps now. And then that helps you create action, to take action, because I am a multi-million-dollar coach, you know what I mean? So you're going to be doing those things that a coach would do, you know what I mean, to flourish.
Yes.
So,
creator. We are creators.
Exactly.
That's what we're here to do. So,
yes. Yeah. All right. So what is some advice? What are some things you would tell anybody who might be struggling with like mental health, trying to find themselves, or someone who is not fine on the inside?
I would first say that you are special. You're here for a reason. You're very unique. You are, you have a unique path. You are fine. You are fine. At your core, you are truly okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And whatever you are dealing with, whatever you are working through, that's okay too.
Right.
Just know that you can always get back.
Right.
Just know that you can always get back, and you are always okay. Like you are fine. And just know that.
Yeah.
You can always get back. You're not doomed. It's never too late.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Keep working. Keep diligently working, and just knowing who you are.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Get back to that.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's one thing I push, like, never too late to switch the narrative. You know what I mean? You may have come from certain circumstances. It's never too late to change your life. You know what I mean? It's never too late to do better, be better. Like you said, it's okay.
Yeah.
We're human. We go through shit. Sometimes we gotta start over. You know, we gotta go back to the drawing board, and that is okay.
Yeah.
Just going back to, you know, things will happen.
Yeah.
As long as we affirm it, you know, as long as we taking action, you know, taking one step at a time, it's like everything's gonna be okay.
It is. And there's always help. There's always help out there. Like there's platforms like Find on the Inside. Use these tools that you know you're offering. You have Coach to Flourish. You have the Q Cleanse. You have these things that are here to help you.
Yeah.
Ask questions. Do what you have to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Do what you have to do. Love yourself, and it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Period. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys, make sure you guys book Coach to Flourish. You know, you guys can hit her up, ask her any questions you may have. She can help you, you know, get your journey started. And also make sure you guys cop up on the Q cleanse. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I felt so good. Like after I finished it, like I was like a whole new person.
Yes.
I'm probably gonna do it again soon. So make sure y'all get on that. Also make sure y'all grab y'all Find on the Inside t-shirt. And also Find on the Inside journals. Qituwrah's handles are going to be linked down below, and make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Qituwrah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm so happy you came on the podcast.
I'm happy I came too.
Thank you so much. All right, guys.